what a great start to the URC campaign. And you really need this, don't you? Because the next 5 games, you're on the road. You're not home again until almost Christmas, December 2nd. You've got some tough games, Ulster, you've got Edinburgh, you've got Connacht coming up. So what a great way to start this season off. And my question to you to start off is, are you happy with today's performance, given that you've got some stars still up in France waiting for the final next week, and that's going to change your lineup a bit when they come back? And what are your thoughts on this game? A lot of tries scored here, a lot of good ball movement, a lot of good play. I think that one thing that was really impressive here was Hanekom. He really impressed. I think a lot of people impressed by that. And your initial thoughts on this, Jake?
So, Chris, thank you. I mean, when you have long pre-seasons, you always put a lot of detail into your game. There's no doubt we've worked hard on our skill level. We've worked hard on getting combinations a little bit more fluid. And again, we had 2 boys from the Pumas play together, Devon and Sebastian de Klerk, putting Cameron in at number 8 with 2 experienced guys like Marcel and Ulrich obviously helps as well. So the effort was good first game. We were tired, so I can just imagine the Scarlets must have been really exhausted. I mean, altitude and unbelievable heat, 32 degrees today. So one has to be happy with that. You'll always find a couple of things we need to work on, and a couple of things we got caught with that line out, which obviously is a system error. But I must say, I'm really happy with the first head out. We only played 1 chucker against the Lions in a friendly. So to have 1 game under our belt now, nice sort of building block to build on for the next couple of games into this tour.
Well, the Bulls came out and scored 4 tries, converted very quickly. It was like a rocket approach there, just streaming out of the gates. But then the Scarlets late in the first half showed some character. They came back and scored those 2 tries. Were there some defensive letdowns or just good play on the part of the Scarlets to get those 2 tries towards the end of the first half?
Well, you must understand they beat us last year. Eh? So, they're not a poor team. They beat us last year, and so we always knew we were going to have to start well. We can't get them in this first game on tour as well. You know what it's like. You come on tour and they grow an extra leg if they get a good start. So you're right. I mean, to get a good start, hold on to the ball, put them under pressure, score some tries quickly, obviously takes a bit of the pressure away from us. But as I said, I mean, they are a good team. They are a good team. They beat us last year. They're also missing, to be fair, they're missing 5 of their players who haven't joined them because of the Welsh duties. So I'm sure they'll get stronger. But it's obviously very pleasing to know that we've put a lot of work in the preseason, and some of it was shown today.
So final question here for you, Jake, and that is, you mentioned the heat and the altitude, of course. That was tough. These guys coming in at altitude, it's always a challenge, but the heat, 32 degrees today, that's just wicked. You could see it in the players there in the first half already starting to wear them down. But now you have to shift gears and go to the Northern Hemisphere where it's wintertime. Is there something that the Bulls have? Do you have in your kit bag to train up there? Are you prepared and already thinking about the weather shift with the rain and the cold weather? Because it's going to be completely different over the next month before you come home.
Look, I mean, we have had experience. I mean, we have been playing in this tournament as the 3rd year now. So a lot of the players have obviously experienced that. A lot of the players who've joined us, the Jaco van der Walts and the Wilco Lows, and those players have played in Europe as well, and they've just joined us, so they'd be fully aware of what it's like to play in Europe now. And the other thing which we must mention is we're going to play on 3 4G pitches in these 4 games. We're going to play Ulster got a new 4G pitch. We're going to play Cardiff on a 4G pitch, and we're going to play Edinburgh on a 4G pitch. So it is going to be not only weather-wise, it's going to be a very different surface for us to adapt to as well. So that'll be, as I said, hopefully it doesn't take too much time. Last year we played Edinburgh and Glasgow, and we got caught short in terms of the pace of the game. So hopefully, what we got today in a 32-degree altitude game will hold us in good stead on those quick pitches.
Well, yeah, the turf today was definitely an issue. It almost looked like DHL Greenpoint Stadium out there with sand flying all over the place. But Jake, buy a donkey, and good luck in the Northern Hemisphere.
Thank you. And great photograph in your background there.
That was when I was there back in February. That's from that game.
Thanks, Chris. Matt?